Hello, I am Noah Skibby, a freshman here at Indiana University. I am the seventh of 8 children and the son to 2 of the greatest parents in the world. When I was in middle and high school, I was a member of the band department within our schools. This led me to meet many new people year after year. Every year the band changed, it often faced many of the challenges seen in Scott Peck's community development theory. At the beginning of every new year, the band was a pseudo-community, a group of people who pretended to have a bond with one another and cover up their differences. They do this by acting as if the differences don't exist. In my band, this often lasted from the beginning of the school year all the way till around November. Over time, though, the band moved into the chaos stage, where conflict arose and differences could not be ignored. This part of the year was often near the end of the semester around Christmas, but it would often soon end. That was because we all had the same goal of performing well as a group to make it to the state band competition. By the later part of the year, the group would finally come together in what Scott calls a true community. This group would understand differences amongst each other, and the motives of everyone in the band were unquestioned. This was all because we wanted to come together for a common goal. Also during high school, I became a part of the theater department because many of my band friends were also in it. I found great joy in performing from the first time I stepped onto the stage until the last. When I began, though, I often acted in a way that benefited only myself. Going along the pre-conventional level of Lawrence Kohlberg's moral development theory, I did not recognize that being obnoxious and annoying might affect others. As I continued doing shows, though, I moved into the conventional level. I worked hard and became involved so that my director would see me and give me better roles throughout my personal career. I began to follow more rules, but they were only for my own benefit. As an upperclassman, though, I moved into the principled level. I gained a respect for the rules and traditions within the department and also enforced them. I even became the Thespian Society president, fully culminating my moral development according to Kohlberg. Also during high school, a tragic event struck my family. Toward the end of my sophomore year, my mother suffered a massive brain aneurysm but luckily survived. She is still alive and recovering well, but since then my family has never been the same. I often see my life in accordance with Schlossberg's transition theory. Schlossberg's theory discusses how one copes with any transition in life. According to Schlossberg, there are 4 factors that influence someone's ability to cope with a certain transition. The first factor is situation, which discusses the exact situation causing the transition. In my case, the situation was that my mother was no longer able to raise me because of her condition. The second factor is self, meaning how does one view themselves after the transition? For myself, I began to see myself as an adult because I had to do many things independently. I knew that my father could help me, but not like my mother, so it was now my responsibility to get myself where I wanted to be in life. The third factor for Schlossberg is social support, such as family and friends. I was lucky enough to have friends who would allow me to talk and cry to them whenever I needed, and that benefited me greatly. I was also able to lean on the many members of my family that were going through the same feelings as myself. The last factor is coping strategies. In my case, I didn't have to go to any clinical places for help. Instead, I dealt with the situation by working constantly on anything and everything non-stop. It let my head clear and focus on other things besides my mother. That's me, though. I am Noah Skibby. I've grown, I've seen tragedy, but without those events in my life, I would not be the man I am today.